What's going on, everybody? Lou here from Stretch and Grow. And in this video, what I want to talk about is how to actually motivate yourself so you could get shit done. See, a lot of us have problems with motivation. We know that it either comes and it goes. And a lot of us just don't know exactly how to motivate ourselves. And if you think of the word motivation, all motivation is energy in motion. That's really what it means, energy in motion. Now, when we think of motivation, there's two ways that you could actually motivate yourself. The first way comes directly from the self-help guru, Tony Robbins, which is very, very effective if you do it. Now, what does he preach? Tony Robbins, what does he preach? How do you motivate yourself? There's three ways you can motivate yourself as far as his method, and what he wants you to do is align all three ways. And when you do this, you'll actually, what he begins to say is, you'll begin to pump up your state. You'll get into momentum. You begin to feel good. And your state is basically how you're feeling emotionally. So this is how you motivate yourself. First thing he says to do is, if you're not motivated, how do you look? If you look at yourself in the mirror right now and you're not motivated, more than likely, how are you sitting? How are you standing? How do you look? And what he's gonna say is, you're gonna be probably more than likely look slumped, head down, looking depressed. And look at the word I just used, looking depressed. Meaning when somebody looks at you, they know how you're feeling. So the first step to motivation with Tony Robbins' method is change your physiology. This is why I love Stretch and Grow, because we're all about movement here. So what he's gonna say is, pull your shoulders back, head held high. Begin to breathe more rapidly. And just by doing this, you begin to feel more energized. So that's the first trick, is change your physiology. You change the way you look, meaning your posture, and you begin to take up more space, you'll begin to feel a whole lot motivated. The second thing he says is, what are you focusing on? So what is the task at hand? And when you think about the task, exactly what are you focusing on? So for me, I'm making a video right now. How could I get motivated to make this video? I have to focus on serving people, helping people, how happy I'll actually make people, how many people I'll actually help, how many lives I'll actually change. When I begin to focus on this task, just begin to really, really focus in and zero in on what it is I'm trying to achieve and why exactly it is I'm trying to achieve it. What pleasure am I going to gain from it? How's it going to make me feel? If I begin to really, really focus on that, I'll start to feel motivated. So if you combine that with your physiology, which is the way your body is, right? If you open up a little bit more, breathe a little bit more rapidly, maybe even talk a little bit faster like I am now, you begin to feel more motivated. Next thing is, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the good things? What is it that you want to achieve? Because a lot of us focus on the process where we're like, oh my God. So for me, if I have to focus more so on the process of making this video, I might think, oh, do I look a little stupid? Oh, I don't feel good. Oh, it's gonna be a lot of work. Oh, I gotta sit at a desk and write notes, take things down. I gotta come up with bullet points. I gotta speak articulately. If I begin to focus on all of that, I gotta make sure the camera's in the right spot, make sure the lighting's right. If I begin to focus on all of these things, that's gonna hold me back, and it's something that's not gonna make me feel motivated at all. I'm gonna feel like I wanna procrastinate because I'm gonna be thinking about the work. What you wanna think about is focusing more so on the end result. What you hope to achieve, how you're gonna feel when you achieve it, how many people you're gonna help, how many people you're gonna serve. So that's the second step to the Tony Robbins method. The third step is your language. What type of language are you using when you're thinking about the task you gotta do? So for me, I have to say to myself, I'm gonna crush this video. This is gonna be an amazing video. I'm gonna help so many people. And maybe you might even want to curse, because when you curse, I'm not going to curse in this video, but when you curse, it gives you more charge. Are you gesturing more? So those are the three steps that Tony Robbins talks about, which is change your physiology. If you just change your physiology, change your posture, if you gesture harder, faster, if you move a little faster, you speak a little bit faster, you'll begin to feel more motivated. The second step is, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the end result, or are you focusing on all of the work you gotta do? If you're focusing on all of the work you gotta do, of course, you're gonna come up with excuses on why you can't do it. For me, it could be the lighting. Oh, the lighting is not good. Oh, I gotta set up the camera. Oh, I'm using my iPhone. Oh, all of these things could pop up, which will demotivate me. So what I'm focusing on here is, this is gonna be an amazing video. I'm gonna crush this video. I'm gonna help so many people. I'm gonna inspire so many people. And just by focusing on that, also I'm focusing on, I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna become more articulate. I'm gonna speak better. I'm gonna be more influential. I'm gonna build up my brand. When I begin to focus all of this, just saying that too out loud, which is the third step, which is the language, is actually pumping me up. So that's the first way you can motivate yourself, which is the Tony Robbins method. Again, change your physiology, change what you focus on, and change up your language. Use strong, committed, convicted language that conveys certainty. Gesture harder. All of this stuff will actually pump you up and motivate you to do the task at hand. Now, that's the first way to motivate yourself, which is effective. The only problem I have with it is it could be a little time consuming. And this is something that more than likely you do before you actually do the task. So for me, if I'm gonna do this before I actually make this video, I might actually stare at myself in the mirror for 20 minutes, trying to change up my posture, trying to psych myself into making this video, trying to use language, all of this stuff I'm doing to energize myself. It's effective, but it's a little bit time consuming if you have to feel a certain way to get a task done. Or you could do what I do now, which is the second thing, which is something I got from the book, The War on Art by Steven Pressfield, which is just be a professional. What does that mean? Just start the task. And when you start the task, stop trying to get motivated before the task. Just do the task at hand, whatever it is. So for me, it's making this video. And when I make this video, I know as I begin to talk, as I begin to make the video, I know I will get into a rhythm and the motivation will begin to come. So for me, this is the new way that I motivate myself. Whatever it is I gotta do, I start small. For me, if it's making this video, I just put the camera on, stop worrying so much about the lighting, begin to start talking, begin to start speaking. And I know as I make this video, the way I feel right now, I'm motivated, I'm driven. And I know as I do the task, the motivation will come. So if it's exercise, if it's working out, just start small, start working out. And as you begin to move, know that motivation will come. You don't have to listen to music before you work out to amp yourself up. Just start working out, and as you begin to work out, the motivation will start to come. So that's the second way to motivate yourself, which I think, in my opinion, is the most effective way. But I'm curious to what you think. Comment in the comment section below. Let me know, do you prefer the Tony Robbins method, which is amp yourself up before the activity? Or do you think the second activity will actually work a lot better, which is just start doing the activity, and as you do the activity, motivation will begin to come. Stop trying to get motivated before the activity. Know that as you do the activity, for me, as I do the video, the motivation will come. So those are the two ways. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hopefully, in time, you will prefer the second method, or try the first method, whichever it is. But I find that the second method now helps me a whole lot more if I just begin to start the activity. So again, comment in the comment section below. If you liked the video and you found it valuable, please like. Please share with a friend that might need to hear this message. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe now. Peace.